Man, it is great to be back in my own studio. I recently spent just over 2 weeks in the US visiting Gavin from Ultimate Reloader. I visited Vortex. I visited the guys from Area 419, which today's video is about. Now, I filmed a bunch of content overseas. So if you guys want to stay on top of that, make sure you are subscribed with the notification bell turned on. And with that said, if you're watching a video about a universal decapping die, which we're going to get to now, chances are you're super serious about your long-range performance or your hunting, and you're serious about quality gear. So why not shop at mdttac.com for your next chassis system or your precision rifle build or a hunting build. They've got a phenomenal variety of things for a whole bunch of different setups. So swing by mdttac.com, and I want to thank them for sponsoring today's video. So now that you know where to shop chassis systems, let's jump into that video. Guys, welcome back. Today we are gonna look at a brand new die from Area 419. We're actually in the Area 419 vault at the moment, so the space looks a little bit different than we are normally used to on the channel. So we've been visiting the factory. There are some other videos coming from this tour. Now we're going to be looking specifically at their new spring-loaded universal decapping die. Now if you watch my channel and you've seen a lot of my reloading content, you guys know that this is kind of one of my go-to dies. However, one of the problems that I run into all the time is when I'm using my sort of El Cheapo Lee universal decapping die, a lot of times there's almost like the double stroke required to get the decapping or to get the primer out, whereas this one is spring loaded. Now, I've been an Area 419 customer ever since they came out with the funnel kit way back in the day, so to see them do a spring loaded decapping die is freaking awesome. So let's run some 6.5 Creedmoor through this sucker at the moment, and you can basically feel that spring build up tension, and immediately that primer is out. So that is a really handy thing. Now, why do I use a universal decapping die? And it's simply because currently in my process, I'm still wet tumbling. I find that is a very consistent process for me, and I really like super shiny brass. I've done a complete video on that in the past. So universal decap is always my first step. And then because we're doing a lot of precision rifle stuff, hunting stuff, my brass ends up in the dirt, you know, you're trampling all over it. So the brass is quite filthy. So I wet tumble after uni decap before I then get into my sizing and things like that. So again, super simple. Let's bomb that guy in there. Just gives you that ability to pop out a primer. It's actually quite satisfying to do. I'm going to try and go as slow as I can so we can hear the spring click out. But very cool. I'm super excited. I'm probably going to implement a few of these dies throughout my press setup because I tend to run a dedicated decapping station because it can sometimes, as I say, you know, I'm taking dirty brass right from the range. Sometimes they're muddy into my sort of clean workspace. So I kind of have a dedicated dirty space setup. And on my Dillon 2 for loading progressive, I'm going to be implementing these into my process and just avoiding that sort of double pull kind of, you know, primers not coming out. Sometimes the primer pocket is a little bit too tight, so this kind of alleviates that problem. So super cool product. These are available now at Area 419 if you want to go check them out, and all the other bits and bobs in the Area 419 reloading setup. As you guys know, they make super high quality stuff. There are also some stuff on this tool head here that is not available and which will be implemented into my process. But that's going to be a video coming a little bit later down the line, so look out for that on the channel. Anyway guys, it's been super fun visiting 419. Check out the uni decapping die if that is something that you're currently using in your process and you want to up the equipment you're using, or it's something you want to explore potentially adding into your process. Thank you very much. See ya.